Hello everybody and welcome to Two Nerds in a Pod. I'm Matt and I'm with my friend
TC from Film Flash. Welcome everybody.
Right, so this is our little podcast we decided to do. Talk about nerdy things. I don't know, like games, films, you name it, anything nerdy, we will talk about it.
Yep.
And I believe you have the topic list somewhere.
Right.
Oh no, wait, it's on the floor.
Yeah.
That's how important it is to us, it's on the floor.
Yep, it's on the floor. Anyway, yeah, we're deciding if we're going to start out with games or films, really, whatever our MJP thinks. I mean, probably go on with games. I mean, we're both Assassin's Creed lovers, aren't we?
Yes, but before we get into that, let's get our topic over and done with really, really quickly.
Very well.
Now, obviously you've heard of the band Nickelback, right?
Yeah.
So, the first CD I bought of Nickelback's was For All the Right Reasons, way back when I was like in year 7, maybe 8, back then, a long time ago. I was at least, this is about over a decade ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Dark Horse, which is the album that followed. Both really good albums, and all the albums before that were brilliant too, like How You Remind Me, things like that. Then the last 2 albums they've released have been terrible, absolutely terrible.
Dark time for Nickelback.
They just went like he married Avril Lavigne and just went downhill.
Yep, Dark Ages.
Like
Done.
The music got worse and worse and worse. But the reason I bring this up is they've recently announced they're releasing a new album later this year. So this can go one of 2 ways. It can either go very well, or it can continue to go badly.
Smashes down, yep.
Personally, I'm leaning towards more badly. I'm sort of in the middle between bad and good. I'm leaning towards more bad than good. Hopefully, it will turn out to be a good Nickelback album. Like the good old days of Someday, How You Remind Me, one of those 2.
Probably, yeah, I'm not sure, but you know what? I see where you're coming from. You're just hoping this is going to be, one of their old style ways of actually cranking out this music. Well, I see that you're skeptical about it, but I hope they actually do one of these good ones, one of the good albums. Like the old days. It'd be great. Didn't know what much to say about it. I mean, I hope it goes good.
Yeah. It's difficult because their first albums are really good, and they've tried to make them better and better and better, but they haven't failed. I feel bad for people like that, especially like Linkin Park, for example, with their first album being the best-selling debut album of the century.
Yeah.
By the way,
and that's very hard.
That's very hard to beat.
Hard to do. Yeah.
But then again, although they haven't hit the same success as that first album,
right?
Linkin Park's albums have been getting better and better, in my opinion. Yeah. Some of them good, some of them are okay, but their sound.
Let's just say none of them were really bad or anything like that.
They're not. You can't.
Nothing like that. No.
Like you can't define them as a bad album in terms of a year of music, but you can define them as a bad album for the band.
Right. You can. Yeah. Exactly. You can base it off their previous work.
Yes.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is like a bad album in terms of Nickelback's library of albums. It's a bad album for the year of music.
Yeah, right. Exactly. In the music industry at that point.
In the music industry, it's a bad album of that year.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now we've done that. Let's talk about what you were saying, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, we're saying some Assassin's Creed stuff, and basically, just some further updates on what's going on. Really. Okay, so we got this movie now. We got the AC movie. That had some mixed reactions. I personally loved it, but talking about the game series, the last game we had was back in 2015. It was the Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And that ended pretty much like a cliffhanger for those who have played it. And it was...
Don't say anything.
I'm not a cliffhanger.
I haven't finished. I haven't played it yet.
You haven't played it yet? All right.
I've had it since release date, as you can probably tell, because
Right.
I've got the collector's edition above your head.
Right.
I've played probably the first hour and a half.
Okay.
I've got the bit in the game where like both the characters, Evie and Jacob, get their grapples. I'm that far in.
Okay,
I'm not very far
in.
at all.
Well, you're not at all, but it's fine.
But I think if I spent a day or a day and a half just playing it solidly, I would complete it. I'm someone who can play Assassin's Creed game very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I've owned most of the games I own are on PS3 for Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
I have one for PS4, which is obviously Syndicate. I then got AC Unity on PC. Probably the worst idea I've ever had. It was a terrible game. It's the worst game in the series, in my opinion. So,
I love the wardrobe selection though about that game. I love that.
I mean, the long coat.
No. Just the wardrobe selection of you can just literally. There's like the only game. Unity's like the only game you can actually pick your clothes.
You can do that in Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, I know, but see how you can like buy different matching things. You can literally get his boots that are different, his trousers that are different. It's different.
Well, it's because it's in France.
It's in
the
France.
home
It's
of-
all about fashion. Yeah,
It's
it's all
fashion.
about fashion. But that's pretty much it. Main feature of that game is fashion. But you know,
Exactly.
everything
Yeah.
else-
Okay. Good game, but you're right. I have heard stories of the cliffhanger at the end. I've heard
Yeah.
rumors about it. I've no told me what it is. They said it's a really cool cliffhanger.
Rest assured, it's not the last video game. Okay, it's not.
Well, the thing is that what a lot of people don't know is there's a lot of PSP games that are 2.5D games, so they're like mixed between 2D and 5D.
Yeah.
That tell story of sub characters of either the franchise
Yeah.
or from the main games, or they're like side stories that sort of run in the same universe but aren't part of the main storyline.
Yeah.
For example, there's a really, really good film that comes after Assassin's Creed. Is it Revelations? It comes after Assassin's Creed Revelations. It's called Assassin's Creed Embers, and it shows the death of Ezio.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really heartfelt, lovely made
Yeah, it's like a half hour
movie.
but it's nice.
It's like
really
an
nice.
hour long.
So yeah, an hour. Something like that.
And the Assassin's Creed China themed one, the girl from, I believe the
In
character
Embers
from
is
that
yeah, it's her.
is in the
It's-
film.
I believe her name is like show something like that. It's got a something like that. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but remember her? She was in the Chronicles game, yeah.
Yes, the Chronicles game. I believe so. So she turns up, but he's settled down. He's got a little farm. He's got a nice young wife and a daughter. And the film ends basically where him, his wife, and his daughter have gone into town. He sits on the bench and he's watching the world go by. Kind of, there's this moment where he sort of focuses on his wife and daughter, and then watching the world go by, and he slips away peacefully on a bench.
In Florence as well. He was
In
brought
Florence
up.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, having led this extraordinary life that he's led,
Yeah.
he just passes away peacefully and a really happy moment. It's such a great way to end one of the most sought after characters in video game history.
It's epic. Yeah.
The one thing I will say about Assassin's Creed stuff though is that I do want to see more of Altair. I love Altair as a character.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think he's an incredible character.
If I've heard there's rumors, nothing is confirmed, absolutely nothing, but there are rumors that the next AC game will probably be a prequel, prior to the other games, and they saying it might be called Assassin's Creed Empire, and it will be like basically in Egyptian times, ancient Egyptian, but only time will really tell about that. I mean, what do you think they could be going with that? Like, if they do a prequel, what do you think it could be possibly?
I don't know. As we were
It won't be
saying,
against the Templars, that's for sure. But
no, as I was saying, we can't be Templars
because
because the Templars didn't start coming around
Yeah.
until, because if you look at the Assassin's Creed 1
Yeah.
or Assassin's Creed as it's called,
That was like 1100.
that was 1100s.
Yeah.
That was in the Holy War,
Yeah.
The Holy Land Wars.
Exactly.
which was the time that the Templars were founded.
Yes.
Now,
that
the problem was with Templars was they were actually founded as bodyguards to the king, King Arthur, or in this game, King Arthur. They're supposed to be royal guards to the king, protect him in the Holy Land, and they follow him around and they protect him. But obviously, somewhere or another, they've continued on doing their duty away from their royal duties. They separated off and become a bad organisation and blah blah blah. So, which is why you kill that head guard at the end.
Yeah.
In that massive fight. That took me 20 minutes to kill him.
That was a tough
hard
game.
fight.
Well, AC1 was a tough game. That was a really tough game.
Like, it's such a good, like, every game afterwards is so much easier to complete.
Yeah, because they started focusing on the story instead of gameplay that much. You see,
But Assassin's Creed 1 took me maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 hours to complete.
first Assassin's Creed game.
Just because it got so hard. Like, the first bit of the game, like, all you've got is a sword and a hidden blade. That is it.
Then he gets his stuff taken away as well.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You start with a sword and a hidden blade. That's all you have.
That's it, yeah.
So you've got to kill all your targets with a sword or a hidden blade. And if you're someone that can say, "Oh, I'm really good at Assassin's Creed," and you've been playing Assassin's Creed 2 or 3 or Black Flag.
Yeah.
Actually,
takes skill to finish.
let's not talk about 3. Any of those games at all, you are not a wholeheartedly Assassin's Creed fan if you can't complete Assassin's Creed 1 in under 10 hours, which I've done.
It's a tough one because I remember when it came out, I got it and I played it, but I was young as well, so I played it a little bit, and then I totally stopped playing it until I actually played the other Assassin's Creed games, got more into the story, and then went back and finished that first game. That's what I did.
But I remember seeing Assassin's Creed at my cousin's house and being hooked on it, and I was like, I want to play this game. I want to play this game. Couldn't play it. Couldn't have a PlayStation at the time, and then we got a PlayStation 3, and then we got a PlayStation 3. I think it was like a year and a half after it first came out for Christmas one year, and we had a bunch of games that my mum had collected or been given by some family friends, whatever, that were for me and my brother.
Yep.
Because the PlayStation was for both of us. But she said to me, okay, there's one game in that pile that your little brother can't have because he's not old enough. And it was Assassin's Creed. It was a 16, 15 plus game. My mum's like, that one's for you, the rest for both of you. So I got one game for myself that he wasn't able to play. And obviously he's played it now. He's old enough to play it. He's played it years ago. But it was the first game that I had on PlayStation 3. I had no other games but that.
That's funny because that was also like my first game on PlayStation 3. It's funny. It's true. It's like my first video game on PlayStation 3 because I remember I had the Xbox 360 for a while, but then later I got the PS3, and I remember that it actually Assassin's Creed came. I wouldn't have even bought Assassin's Creed. It came in the PlayStation 3 box. It was one of those double kind of deal things. So I actually didn't even really get it. I only got introduced by the actual PlayStation itself.
What else were we talking about?
We're talking about also, we have some key topics here. The TV. MJP is pretty interested about this Shadowhunter story TV series going on, and I'd like to hear what he thinks about this.
Okay, this is such a bad reason to be into a TV show.
Okay. Well, that's what you told me.
Right. I don't know whether it's because I have a thing for ginger girls or whatever it is, but the main character in this series, she is a very, very attractive
girl,
ginger girl. She is very, very nice to look at. Also, the dudes in the TV series that play the main characters, they kick a lot of ass, and they're mostly wearing leather jackets. They dress like me basically, but they have cool swords that like appear out of thin air. It's awesome. I think
JP relates to it.
That's my life.
He's related.
I secretly killed demons when I was around.
All he needs is a sword, and he's ready to go. He's ready to be in this show, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I fit perfectly into that world. They're covered in like these cool tats.
Now you did tell me you know about the books. I mean, you didn't read any books.
I didn't read the books, but I've researched the world a little bit.
Right.
It's a pretty cool thing. It's called Shadowhunters. So basically, the story revolves around this girl turning 18 and then sort of being thrust into this world by accident that she had no idea exists. So this world that she finds herself part of, it sort of runs alongside our world. So we're called, in this book or story or TV series, someone like me and you are called Mundanes.
Yeah.
Then you have the Shadowhunters, which are half angel, half demon, kind of half angel, half human.
Half human.
And their job is to kill like demons, vampires, and all this kind of stuff.
So isn't this kind of like a Vampire Diaries?
It's kind of like, it's got vampires, it's got things like warlocks, it's got like demons in it,
so
it's got
kind
angels.
Of that style.
It's
of
like
TV, basically. I would say that genre. It's got that. It's got a sort of vibe of that. Come on now.
Okay, think about it. It's like religious mythology.
Yeah.
In terms of like angels and demons and like stuff like that, mixed with like vampires and warlocks and things. So it's kind of a cross like between like Lord of the Rings a little bit
and Harry Potter.
Harry Potter,
I would say,
/ vampire movies. It's kind of like a mix of all three.
Twilight. It's got the girl in there too.
Yeah. But she's not.
She's not defenseless and helpless, but
no, she kicks butt.
She kicks butt. I know. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's what makes her a
it's
little
cool.
different from the Twilight.
It's nice.
I guess it's something worth watching. I mean, to be honest, I've heard of it, but I've never really seen a single episode. While MJP has seen episodes of this.
Yes, I've seen all of them.
Yeah, he's seen all of them. So yeah.
The thing is, I came across it on Netflix by accident. My mum was on Netflix. So like, my dad was out for the evening. My mum was home. She cooked dinner. She's like, "Come on, watch something. Let's go and find something on Netflix to watch." We came across it and we found the first, I think, 1 or 2 episodes. They released like the first 2 or 3 episodes on Netflix as like a teaser. See how well it does, and then they were going to make the rest of the series if it went well, and it did. It did well. They made the rest of the series.
Yep.
To the point now where they've released it on TV and it's actually doing really well. So we watched the first episode. I thought, this is cool, and then I forgot about it until a few 5 months ago, and I remembered about it, and I googled it, watch online. You go into watch TV serial online. And I found it, and they had the entire first 13 episodes of all 13 episodes of the first series. I binge watched them in like 2 days.
Yep,
I watched
yep.
all of them. I was hooked. It was
Cool.
great. It was great.
Cool.
But it is a TV series that has things for the girls and things for the guys. There's the first
it's
season
really balanced, basically.
okay. The first season ends in a really, really dodgy way.
Okay.
So this girl sees this guy, which is the main shadow hunter male character.
Male
He's the main
character,
character. He's the main male character. She sees him
He's the guy.
and pretty much has like an infatuation with him. And then they sort of throughout the series they have these really really nice kind of like love story built in, like interlaced with the main storyline. And right at the end of the first season, they find out they're brother and sister.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
incest.
all right. Luke and Leia style right there. Yeah, Star Wars
Basically,
style. Yeah.
yeah, it's like you're my sister. I'm gonna stay away from
Okay.
that.
Nice.
But that happened. That's a thing.
Alright.
And then it's kind of like the second series continues on from that point where they found out and they're trying to work out their relationship, and different problems keep turning up. Like their mum gets killed in this second season.
Right.
Her best friend is been killed. Like has died in the first season. Dies and becomes a vampire. He's now a vampire. Everyone is being killed and dying. It's quite weird.
It's doing basically what second seasons do. It kills off main characters and
Yeah.
make you want to watch season 3 and see the characters that come back. It's basically we'll see how it goes on. But
okay.
yeah, anyway, I believe our next topic was going to be about films.
Films, but let's talk about the Grand Tour quickly.
Okay, yeah,
That's
definitely.
it's the new show from the guys. The British. There's when the British cast of Top Gear, the troupe of Top Gear got
Top
fired,
Gear, yeah.
like Jeremy Clarkson and that, and James May and Rich
You're
Hammond
talking about the
quit.
British one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they got fired, they had to go away and start a company. And they went to they came up with an idea for a TV show. Went to Amazon. Amazon's like, we like this idea. We're taking you on board. Here's some money. They had to go away and start a TV production company, and then they started making the Grand Tour, which is now Amazon. It's Amazon's best-selling TV show. But here's the thing: James May says he only wants to do 5 years of the show, which possibly means there's 5 seasons. That is it. So what they're going to do with this company they started after they finish making the 5 years worth of series they have planned?
What do you think?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, there's the fact that the show has got so bad compared to like
True.
the Jeremy Clarkson era of Top Gear. Amazing, very good, very
That
well
guy's
made.
great, to be honest. I like that part of Top Gear. I liked him
Yes,
in it.
The Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson from like 2001, 2002 until whenever it ended, 2014, 2015.
Yeah, it lasted about 2014, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, but he had the pressure of the BBC on top of him to keep him in check.
Right.
Now he's on the internet. They swear occasionally. The jokes are ridiculous. Like there's this bit called Celebrity Brain Clash or Bash, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they have this tent that travels around the world, and the tent has a big window in it. And you can see like the landscape behind the tent.
Yeah, right.
And then the celebrity will pop up in the distance and start walking to a tent or be in a boat or a car,
Yeah.
and they get killed somehow.
Right, yeah.
Right? They kill off every celebrity that
Yeah.
comes on the show.
All right.
So it's flipping terrible, and the jokes they make are just so
Jeez.
bad.
Yeah, it's just bad television, I guess.
There's a bit where they're
Yeah.
like in Africa or Egypt or something, and they're trying to weigh a car. And what they do is they try and get like donkeys and ostriches and stuff, and like put on this like scale thing, this giant like
to see what's
old-fashioned scale.
heavier. If they manage to balance it.
Yeah, but they can't get the animals to stay
Shitload
on
of
the
donkeys right there.
to stay on the weight for
Yeah.
long enough for it
Yeah.
to lift the car
Yeah,
off the
no
ground.
crap. If,
So
if
what
they're
they
not
do,
dead.
yeah. So what they do is they get like piles of dead meat.
Dead meat, yeah.
Obviously, the joke is Jeremy's gone off and killed them.
Yeah.
And it's like they're piling dead meat up to kill
Yeah.
the way of the car. It's such a bad joke.
Yeah, well, you know,
It's stuff like
it must
that.
get views though. I mean, it's still going
It
on.
does. It gets
Yeah,
views.
it
It's-
must obviously, just because of the name itself, I guess, gives them views.
I don't know.
but
I don't know whether it's because it's the stupidity they put out there.
It's the
or
stupidity they can put out there because they have all
Yes.
the views.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
And it's because the rules on the internet are different from rules on TV.
exactly.
It's I don't know whether it's because they're on the internet or it's this trio of guys. These three guys are just morons that everyone wants to love. Like, they love to hate them. Don't get me wrong, Jeremy Clarkson can have his moments of absolute stupidity and says the wrong thing and does the wrong thing, but he's a good writer. He's a good writer. I have 3 of his books.
Very good.
They're sitting on my shelf behind you.
Very good. Yeah, I see them as well.
Yeah, they're good books. They're funny as hell. If you want to laugh, read his books. They're funny. Yeah.
But yeah, sweet, man. I'm just thinking, it's just, it's a shame they got rid of him, though. I mean, think about it. It could have been better. It could have been.
Well, no. Here's the funny thing: the BBC fired Top Gear, the biggest show they make. They fired the cast of Top Gear.
Yeah.
Or the crew. So their director, their 3 stars all leave. They go off and make a new show. That new show is one of the biggest TV shows in the world, or is the biggest TV show in the world.
It probably is, yeah.
Now, over Top Gear, Chris Evans joins Top Gear. It flops massively that he quits. He quits after 1 season.
Yeah.
So, and they've got, the thing is, okay, I understand Matt LeBlanc from Friends might be a car dude, but he's Matt LeBlanc. He's not someone who spent his entire career working with cars.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you look at James May's writing history. He's written for things like Auto Trader and other car magazines. And same with Richard Hammond, used to be a DJ.
Yeah.
And they went into like that kind of stuff. They all did. They all started in some sort of industry.
True.
That involved kind of that aspect of it.
True. Yeah, I know. But you know, it's.
Chris Evans is a bit of a moron. He's
Chris Evans is.
No, the thing is,
he's a great guy, but you know.
Okay, don't be wrong. I don't think. So he says he's a petrol head, right, or a car collector.
Yeah.
All he collects are Ferraris. Now, to me,
man likes his Ferraris.
Don't get me wrong. A nice group of Ferraris is good, but a real petrol head wouldn't just own Ferraris. A real petrol head will have, I don't know, say a Boss 302 Mustang in the corner, a pickup truck,
Lamborghini.
a Mini, a Lambo, a Land Rover, a dirt bike. You'll have a multiple range of cars.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would do. Like, don't get me wrong. Most of the cars I ever want to own are Fords, right? But they're for good reasons, right? Like an old Ford Boss 302 Mustang, my favourite car in the entire world. I want the old original version and the 2015 newer version. I want both those. I want a Ford F-150 pickup because it's the best pickup in the...
That's pretty good, yeah.
It's like they did a GT version of it. This is 900 brake horsepower in a pickup truck.
That's true.
Come on!
Yeah, but just... are you the kind of guy who'd like the Fiesta too, or...?
I do like Ford Focus RS.
Oh, okay.
The original one from 2010.
Yeah. Okay.
With the 2-litre engine and turbocharger in lime green with black windows.
Black windows and lime green. Interesting colour.
Yeah, black spoiler too. Because accented black spoiler.
Yeah.
It looks...
why do you think lime green would be a good colour?
Because it came in like a dark blue, a really stupidly like lime green, like those boxes, that box behind you, or the basket behind you.
Yeah.
Or like this stupidly bright orange, like that book on the shelf.
Okay.
Those 3 colours were like the colours, and the lime green looked the best. It's just like some colours suit cars really well, like because of the shape of the way they design. They suits the sort of shape.
I know what you mean, but yeah. It's
but the one thing I would never do is paint a car white.
You wouldn't paint a car white?
No.
All right.
I'll tell you why.
That's a very common colour though for cars.
Yeah, you see it all over the
cars.
place. You see it all over the place, but never ever buy a white car. This comes to our technology segment we sometimes do. Never buy a car in white. Reason being is it gets dirty so fast.
Dirty. I mean, it rains and it gets dirty, right? I mean, basically, it actually gets stained. You know, the rain stains. It's not as they say, a car wash. It really stains. And sometimes you just see those little marks on your white car, and that's not good either. You know?
This wasn't something we were talking about, but we've kind of fallen into it. So
yeah, we fell into talking to Top Gear. We can start talking about cars now.
Yeah, we'll do like another minute on
topic,
that.
But it's all right. That's what Two Nerds in a Pod's all about. Everybody.
And editing.
Yeah, that's exactly.
For example, like I've liked playing around with ideas of modifying cars and doing things to cars. And one of my favourite things to do is take a car. Let's say you take I don't know, a Ford Focus, like we're talking about, the 2-litre Ford Focus. Yeah. Let's say it has 400 brake horsepower. You've got a turbocharger on it to give you that, say, extra 50 brake horsepower to get to 450. Yeah. Swap the turbocharger out, get a bigger turbo, get an extra 100 brake horsepower. You've got a 500 brake horsepower thing. Yep. I would love to be in like the biggest pile of crap car you can find. Like the bodywork is falling off it, it's rusted all over. You put a huge engine inside of it, make it look like a piece of crap. You're at the traffic lights. Basically, it's called a ghost car or something like that. You're at the traffic lights, a guy in his Porsche, Lamborghini pulls up beside you, starts revving his engine. He's like, yeah, I'm going to rinse this guy. You put it into second, you hold down the brake and just let the thing go in and fire off like a rocket.
thing will be
And you're
fine.
leaving the guy in the Lamborghini behind you. It's like, piss off.
Yeah. And you're just making vapor trails.
Yeah, just like, you're gone in a cloud of smoke. The guy's still
Gone.
The guy in the Lamborghini's like, what the frick just happened there?
Yeah.
That to me is fun. And, like, also, with sort of certain cars, you know, like people buy it, they put this huge body kit on it, a massive spoiler.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like putting a body kit on a car and putting a spoiler on a car. But I like doing it in a way, like when you buy a car, let's say the McLaren SLR, right? It's quite an old car now.
Yeah.
It's a very long, sleek car, and you can get body kits of them. Some body kits are really big and brash.
Yeah.
But what I like to do is try and get a body kit that looks near to, like, obviously it's different, but looks similar to what the car originally looked like without the
True.
body kit.
Yes, true.
Try and make it like a normal car as possible. Like, it's
So you're not one for pimping it up. if
no.
you know what
I
mean.
would literally modify the crap out of the engine. I would make as much brake horsepower.
See, I'm
out
the
of the
kind of
engine
guy.
as I can.
I like to change it up completely. I'm like the opposite in that way. I like the whole fancy looking lights. You know, all that long lights coming out of the dashboard, all that stuff. I love that.
I would think about it like having an old Mustang,
Right.
with a big, like, take the original engine out, put
Yeah.
the biggest V8 Hemi you can get inside of it, try and get 1600 brake horsepower out of the car, big air scoop coming out of the bonnet. The air scoop's not standard, so you need a new bonnet, new air scoop.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to rebuild the drivetrain and everything, all that kind of stuff. New interior,
Yeah.
but leave the bodywork as it is, and like put a body kit on. I'll put body kit on that car and lower it, but I try and, like, the body kit would be kind of the exact same as the original body kit, but so like the grills maybe made slightly longer or deeper or whatever.
Yeah.
It would look the same, but it would make it look lower to the ground. So if you can lower the car and you lower the car with the standard body kit and it's got like 2 inches of ground clearance.
Yeah.
Well, a body kit that makes the ground clearance look half that size, like an inch. That's
True.
that's what I mean by
Yeah, I see what
modifying
you're
it.
saying. I see what you're saying.
Okay, now we're done with tech talk and car talk and
Tech
grand
talk.
tour stuff.
Yep, had a little bit of that.
What's the last one we've got?
Last one we got about some movies, movie news. Really quick chat about that. Stuff has surfaced over the internet, which obviously some confirmed real stuff had been going on, and basically the whole about Star Wars and the new title for the 8th movie, and apparently that's called The Last Jedi, and there's tons of speculation was going on with that title. People are thinking, is it Luke? Is Luke's gonna die? Or is it Rey? What do they mean exactly? Personally, I'm really not one to say anything. I'm not sure, but let's not forget that the word Jedi can also mean it can be also used pronounced for like a plural way of saying. You don't say Jedis, so you say Jedi anyway. So they could be talking about more than one Jedi, guys. It doesn't have to be necessarily Luke or Rey. It could probably be both of them. It could be, who knows what they're gonna say. Obviously, it ain't gonna be Kylo, because, man, if something's gonna happen to that guy, he's just gotta die. He killed his dad. Done. That's it. He killed Han Solo. One does not simply get away with killing Han Solo and turn to the light. Anyway, so I don't know. What do you think, MJ? What do you think about that?
Well, there is that
Star
Han
Wars.
Solo movie coming out too, which you've forgotten about.
Right. That's true.
They're
We got a
in
spin-off
production.
going.
That's in production now.
Yep.
But I don't know, because there's still a theory that Darth Vader's not dead.
You know, they can pull anything right now, but I'm gonna say that right now, for the sequels, you know, like 7, 8, and 9, Darth Vader won't be returning anytime soon. He's dead. What we can do is, since
Well,
they started,
The Last Jedi would be number 9, wouldn't it?
it's actually number 8. The title for The Last Jedi is number 8. Is the 8th film.
Because the 8th film's just come out.
No, it's the 7th film. We had Rogue One. Rogue One
What's
is
the 7th film?
was this, it's the spin-off film, which is in between 3 and 4. We got that going on. So basically, the latest film that just came out was the Rogue One, and that was basically just showing. It wasn't an episode or a number. It was just. I know how it is with Star Wars. They just crank out these movies like nothing. They expect the audience to follow it. It's really hard because.
That's just blown my mind.
Yeah, it blew your mind. Okay, so you obviously know it starts with 4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6.
I thought it's like when they said we were doing 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
It was like we're doing 3 Star Wars movies and we're doing 3 episodes. It was like we're gonna do 3 episodes.
No. Disney got the rights. It's done. 3 movies. Yeah, those good old days when we
Right,
made 3
now it
movies.
makes
Now we're making
sense.
20
Right.
movies because they're going on with. Yeah, obviously they made 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, and 3, and that was just 20th Century Fox. Okay, but now we're going on with Disney got the rights, and they started making 7. First, the news was just they were going to make 7, 8, and 9, and then they go ahead saying, "Oh, we're also going to make spin-offs." And why do you think they made spin-offs? So they can sell more stuff, more action figures of Darth Vader, because Darth Vader is alive in the spin-offs because it has no timeline. They can just put him out. Oh, this is a
That's true. That's why they can do the Han Solo thing.
That's why exactly. He's not. Han Solo's dead in the basically the present Star Wars day.
Which means maybe he did it in Han Solo thing. Maybe did that thing in 20 parsecs where it was.
Yeah.
Maybe you find out how he did it.
Yeah, they'll do it. They'll have Lando Calrissian. They'll have everybody, and it's just basically another young. Basically, it's gonna be young Han Solo. It won't be Harrison Ford anymore. Mark my words, he's dead.
Chris Pratt would be.
Han
But Harrison Ford's not dead.
No, I know Han Solo's dead.
Chris Pratt would make a great Han Solo.
Chris Pratt. I don't know. I think they already casted.
Think about it, because Star-Lord and Han Solo.
That'd be a cute nod to the whole thing. Besides, they can because Marvel and Disney, they're all in the same story. Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff going on with that. But and the only time will tell, obviously, on what they do. But The Last Jedi, again, it's the 8th film. It's coming out later this year, 2017, around December. And just pumped for it. Really excited. I love Star Wars, and especially the episodes, if you guys know what I mean. Just the episodes, not the filler stuff, because Rogue One was great, but...
Right. Let's talk about something right now to do with movies.
Yeah.
Obviously, you watch a lot of movie trailers because of doing Film Flash and stuff. Oh my god, the amount of good guys in TV, like movies at the moment, going evil is huge.
Yeah, yeah. It's a new thing now.
There's a bit in Transformers where Optimus is fighting Bumblebee.
Yep.
And there is that bit where Dom just goes freaking mental, cheats on Letty with some blonde woman with no idea who she is.
Yep.
Basically destroys all his friends' cars in quite an epic way in the trailer, using only one car. And he just blows shit up. It's amazing.
People are now getting in the whole hype train of watching heroes fight heroes and heroes turning into villains, and it's just a new trend now. We're all doing it.
That's true.
I mean, think about. Okay, what just this past year? Well, how many movies we get? We got 2 movies that the heroes fight. You got Batman, Superman. Versus each other. You got Civil War going on. You got all the heroes fighting each other. You got
that's true. It's kind of more of a thing.
You got the villains teaming up now in Suicide Squad and other things. You have a lot of things going on. Think about it. We got.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a new trend going on. It'll probably pass in the next 2 years.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know how Hollywood is.
Also, quickly, the last little bit before we go, anime.
Anime.
They've released the new Attack on Titan dates for the new series.
I'm just excited for Ghost in the Shell.
Oh,
I'm just excited for Ghost in the Shell.
You need to watch the original film. If you've not seen the original,
I've never seen the original.
Go and watch it. Go and watch it.
Yep.
It is. There's a film called 1988. It's called Akira. It is.
I've heard of it. I've never
heard of it.
I've never seen it.
Marked as one of the most important films.
Is it that one that got like one of those?
It got nominations.
Nominations
stuff. It's marked as one of the most important films in animation and anime history.
Yeah.
It set the standard for animes to follow it and animation in general.
Mm-hmm.
Storyline is amazing. Like the colours in it and the general illustrations of the entire film. It is a masterpiece of illustration and animation. It is incredible. It's just unbelievably good. Something you should definitely, if you're into anime of any kind or any amount, if you're like a little bit into anime or really into anime, you should definitely watch it. Watch Ghost in the Shell and Akira. Two movies you have to see. But these are movies from like the late 80s.
Yeah, I know that.
Like early 90s.
That was actually the golden age for anime, really. Think about it. I mean, they did have a lot of good stuff coming.
Most of the Studio Ghibli stuff that people actually... Studio Ghibli is like the most known name in anime.
Yeah.
It is... Their stuff has come over... it's been released over the last 20, 30 years. So a lot of the most known films from their studio or catalogue are from over the last 30 years. That's true. Anime did have... it's... A turning point for anime has been 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Where it got to this new level that just can't be exceeded anymore. It's like it hit that point where it's reached its best it's gonna get, and it just keeps going better and better and better.
True.
I don't know what it is, but the Japanese can draw.
They can draw, yeah. It's definitely. I mean, I don't like all of their forms of art, but it depends really on how the story. I think a lot has to do with the story. I'll definitely take your word on those 2 movies.
Really should go watch
But
them.
yeah. All right. Well, looks like we're good.
Well, that's it from us this week, guys. Will I be back next week or the week after? We haven't quite decided yet. Let us know in the comments down below if you want us to do an episode every week or every 2 weeks. We do want to do more than one a month because I think that would be quite fun.
Definitely. Okay, guys.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel down below and our separate ones, and we will see you next time.